What if I told you that the phone in your pocket right now is capable of making videos that look like they were edited on a professional desktop computer? Most people think you need expensive software, a powerful PC and years of experience to create high-quality cinematic videos. But that's simply not true anymore. Today, modern mobile editing apps give you almost the exact same tools that professional editors use every day. Welcome to Smart Unlock. In this series, we're going to unlock the full potential of mobile video editing. By the end of this series, you won't just be cutting clips together. You'll understand how to edit like a professional using only your phone. Let's start with a simple question. What makes a video look professional? Is it a high-resolution camera? Is it fancy transitions? Or is it expensive lighting? While those things can help, the real secret behind great videos isn't your equipment. It's your editing process. A professional editor can take average footage recorded on a budget phone and turn it into something engaging, dynamic, and cinematic. On the other hand, a beginner can take footage shot on a $5,000 camera and make it look boring. The difference isn't the camera. The difference is understanding the fundamental rules of video editing. Before we dive into technical tools, let's talk about the mindset shift you need to make. When most beginners open an editing app, they think their job is to stitch clips together and add cool effects. But professional editors think differently. They ask three simple questions. First, what is the story I'm trying to tell? Second, how can I keep the viewer's attention? And third, what emotion do I want the viewer to feel? When you start thinking like this, editing stops being about pressing buttons. It becomes about telling a story. Now let's look at the basic workflow that every professional editor follows, whether they're using a phone or a high-end workstation. Step 1. Organization. Before you edit a single clip, organize your footage. Delete bad takes, group similar clips together, and keep your timeline clean. Step 2. The rough cut. This is where you place your main story clips in order. Don't worry about music, text, or effects yet. Just focus on building the foundation. Step 3. Trimming and timing. Remove unnecessary pauses, silence, and mistakes. Make the packing tight and engaging. Step 4. Adding B-roll and visuals. Cover your main audio with supporting visuals to make the video more dynamic. Step 5. Audio and sound design. Add background music, sound effects, and balance your audio levels. And Step 6. Final polish. Add text, color adjustments, and subtle motion before exporting. This simple 6-step workflow is the exact structure we will follow throughout this series. To prove to you how powerful mobile editing really is, take a look at these two examples. Here is a raw video clip straight from a phone with no editing, flat sound, and awkward pauses. Now here's that exact same clip after applying the principles we're going to cover in this series. Tight cuts, clean audio, supporting visuals, and purposeful motion. The footage didn't change. The camera didn't change. Only the editing changed. Now it's time for your first exercise. Pick up your phone and record 3 simple clips today. Clip 1. A short video of you speaking or explaining a quick topic. Clip 2. A close-up shot of an object related to what you're talking about. And Clip 3. A wide shot showing your surroundings. Import those 3 clips into your mobile editing app. Trim the unnecessary parts at the beginning and end of each clip and arrange them in order. That's it. You've just built your very first rough cut. Today, you took the first step toward mastering mobile video editing. You learned that professional editing isn't about expensive gear. It's about story, packing, and structure. In Part 2, we are going to dive into one of the most important secrets of professional editing: timing, pauses, and how to use cinematic B-roll to keep your audience hooked from start to finish. Make sure to subscribe to Smart Unlock so you don't miss Part 2. Keep creating, keep learning, and keep unlocking the power of your phone. Today, I'm going to show you how to edit videos on your phone. Same person, same phone, same sentence. So why does the second version feel so much more professional? The secret isn't an expensive camera, it isn't a $1,000 computer, and it definitely isn't adding random transitions everywhere. The secret is timing. Welcome back to Smart Unlock. In Part 1, we learned that your phone can become a powerful editing studio. Today, we're taking the next step. We're going to learn how professional editors use timing, pauses, cuts, and B-roll to turn ordinary mobile footage into something that feels cinematic. Let me start with timing. Timing simply means deciding exactly when something happens. When does the cut happen? When does the music start? When does the text appear? When does the viewer see the next shot? Consider 2 versions of the same information. In the first version, the presenter speaks with long pauses and no supporting visuals. In the second version, unnecessary pauses are removed, supporting clips appear, and keywords are highlighted. Both versions contain exactly the same information, but the second version feels faster because we're constantly giving the viewer something new to look at or listen to. Change the visual to maintain attention. This is one of the most important concepts in modern video editing. Now here's something interesting. If timing is about knowing when to cut, you also need to know when not to cut. That's where pauses become powerful. Imagine I say there is one mistake that can destroy your video, and then a pause, and most beginners make it. That pause creates anticipation. The viewer starts thinking, what mistake? And now you've created curiosity. Let's look at a practical example for your hook. Instead of saying all at once, this is the best editing trick for mobile video editing, and today I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Try saying this, pause, can completely change your videos, cut, and you can do it on your phone. Notice what happened. We didn't add a crazy effect, we simply changed the timing. Now let's talk about 3 cuts you can start using immediately. Cut number 1, the clean cut. The clean cut is simple. You remove the unnecessary part and jump directly to the important information. You take a sequence with pauses and mistakes, cut them out, and connect the key sentences. This is perfect for YouTube tutorials, educational videos, reviews, and talking head content. Cut number 2, the jump cut. You remove a section from the middle of a sentence, creating a visible jump. Jump cuts can make talking head videos much faster and more energetic. It helps you remove the boring parts, but remember not to overdo it. Cut number 3, the B-roll cut. When I say something important, instead of watching my face the entire time, you can show the viewer exactly what I'm talking about. And this is where B-roll becomes incredibly powerful. Your main footage, where you're talking directly to the camera, is usually called a roll. A roll is your main story. B-roll is supporting footage that you place over your main footage. B-roll provides supporting visuals. For example, if I'm talking about mobile video editing, my A-roll could be me sitting here explaining the process. And my B-roll could show everything I'm talking about. A phone in hand, opening an editing app, dragging clips, adjusting the timeline, adding text, and exporting the video. This makes the video more interesting without changing the actual story. Let's build a simple sequence together for a scenario about editing a video on your phone. Your entire editing studio can fit in your pocket. Open your editing app and import your footage. Remove unnecessary pauses, then start building your story, balance your audio, and finally watch everything come together. Notice that none of these shots require expensive equipment. You can record most of them with your phone. Here's a simple 5-shot formula you can use whenever you don't know what B-roll to shoot. First, a wide shot to show the entire environment. Second, a medium shot to show the person performing the action. Third, a close-up to show the important object. Fourth, a detail shot to show a small action. And fifth, a moving shot to add a slow camera movement. Let's say you're making a video about a smartphone. You shoot a wide shot of the phone on a desk, a medium shot of a person holding it, a close-up of the camera, a detail shot of a finger pressing the shutter button, and a moving shot sliding across the phone. Now you have 5 different shots from one simple subject. But shooting B-roll isn't enough. You also need to edit it correctly. Tip number 1, keep clips short. For energetic content, don't be afraid to keep B-roll clips short. Tip number 2, cut on the action. Try cutting when something moves, a hand reaching for a phone, a finger tapping the screen, or a camera turning. Movement naturally hides the cut. Tip number 3, match the music. If your music has a strong beat, try placing important cuts on that beat. Beat to cut creates rhythm. Tip number 4, use slow motion carefully. Slow motion can make simple movements feel cinematic, but don't slow down everything. Use it when you want to emphasize a moment. Let's put everything together into a 20-second cinematic sequence about a new smartphone. Imagine the music starts over a shot of a phone on a table. We cut on the beat to a close-up of the camera. The hand picks up the phone in slow motion. The screen turns on with a click. The camera app opens, a photo is captured, and the final photo appears with text asking, 50 MP camera. Then the presenter appears, the music drops, and after a pause says, but does it actually deliver? Let me show you. That's a story. We're not just showing random clips. Every shot is answering a question and moving the viewer forward. And here's the mindset shift I want you to remember. Don't just edit clips, edit emotions. Want excitement? Use faster cuts. Want suspense? Use silence and pauses. Want something to feel powerful? Slow the moment down. Want something to feel energetic? Cut on the beat. Want the viewer to understand something? Use B-roll. Once you understand this, video editing becomes more than just moving clips around. You're controlling what the viewer sees, hears, and feels. Now it's your turn for a challenge. Take your phone and record 5 simple shots: a wide shot, a medium shot, a close-up, a detail shot, and a moving shot. Put those 5 clips into your editing app, add music, cut on the beat, remove unnecessary pauses, and create a 15 to 20-second cinematic sequence. Today, you've learned one of the biggest secrets of professional editing: timing plus pauses plus B-roll equals better storytelling. But we're not stopping here, because there's another technique that can completely transform your mobile edits. It's called keyframing. With keyframes, you can make text move, zoom into objects, animate images, create smooth camera movements, and even make static footage feel alive. And the best part, you can do it directly on your phone. So if you want to take your mobile editing from simple cuts to professional motion graphics, make sure you don't miss part 3. Subscribe to Smart Unlock. Keep creating, keep learning, and keep unlocking the power of your phone. Look at this shot, it's just a phone sitting on a table. Now look at this, same footage, same phone, same editing app, but suddenly it feels alive. How? The secret is something every serious mobile editor needs to understand: keyframes. In part 2, we learned how timing, pauses, and B-roll can improve your storytelling. Today, we're taking another big step. We're going to turn static footage into moving footage using keyframes and motion graphics directly on your phone. Welcome back to Smart Unlock. Let's unlock motion. So what exactly is a keyframe? Don't let the technical name scare you. A keyframe basically tells your editing app to start an animation at one specific point and end it at another. You set position 1, move forward on your timeline, and set position 2. The app creates the smooth movement between those 2 points. That's the basic idea behind keyframe animation. Let's create our first animation together. Imagine we have a simple piece of text that says Smart Unlock, and we want it to move from the bottom of the screen to the center. First, add your text. Move the playhead to where you want the animation to begin and tap the keyframe button. Move the playhead forward and then drag your text to the position where you want it to finish. Play it back and the text smoothly moves between those positions. You just created a motion graphic using your phone. But here's where keyframes become really powerful. You're not limited to moving an object's position. Depending on your editing app, you can animate properties such as position, scale, rotation, and opacity. And you can combine these movements. For example, we can make our text start small and transparent, move upward, become fully visible, and settle smoothly into place. Now we're no longer just editing, we're creating custom animation. There's one professional secret you need to know: easing. If your animation starts and stops too suddenly, it feels robotic. Easing makes movement feel natural. Instead of moving at exactly the same speed from beginning to end, easing allows the animation to accelerate smoothly at the start and decelerate at the end. Don't make your graphics look like they're being dragged across the screen, make them feel naturally animated. Now let's create a cinematic zoom, a technique you'll use constantly. Place your playhead at the beginning of a clip and add a keyframe. Move to the end of the clip and increase the scale slightly, from 100% to around 110 or 120%. Play it back and you have a smooth digital camera push. The key here is subtlety. A small, controlled movement often feels much more professional than a dramatic zoom. You can also use keyframes to zoom into a specific object. Start with a wide shot of a product, then use keyframes to gradually scale and reposition the footage so a specific detail becomes the main focus. Now you are controlling exactly where the viewer looks. This technique is extremely useful for product reviews, tutorials, and tech videos. Here's another trick: you can create camera movement even if your original camera was completely still. If you recorded static footage, you can simulate a push-in, a slow pan from left to right, or a slow pull-out using keyframes. Giving movement to static B-roll makes your entire video feel much more dynamic. If you want to go a step further, try the parallax effect. By separating elements onto different layers, like a background layer, a product layer, and a text layer, and moving them at slightly different speeds, you create the illusion of depth. You can build these cinematic introductions and title sequences directly on your mobile device. When animating text, stagger your animations. Don't make every title, subtitle, and graphic appear at the exact same millisecond. Adding a brief delay between different elements makes the overall composition feel polished and deliberate. Let's put everything together. Take a static shot of a phone, add a slow zoom, slide in an animated title, push in on the camera lens, fade in a subtitle, and pull back slightly at the end. What started as a plain image is now a complete motion graphics sequence. Before you start animating everything, keep 5 keyframe mistakes in mind. Avoid too much movement, avoid moving too fast, don't skip easing, don't clutter your timeline with unnecessary keyframes, and never animate without a story purpose. Motion should always serve the message. Now it's time for your challenge. Record one simple shot of an object on a table and create 3 simple animations: a slow cinematic zoom, an animated title, and a focal zoom on a specific detail. Keep it under 15 seconds and focus on making it smooth and purposeful. So far, we've learned how to cut, how to use timing, how to incorporate B-roll, and how to make our footage move with keyframes. But there's still one thing missing: color. Even the best edit can look flat if your colors aren't right. In part 4, we're going to take ordinary mobile footage and transform its colors. We'll talk about brightness, contrast, saturation, skin tones, and how to achieve a cinematic look. Subscribe to Smart Unlock as we continue turning your phone into a complete professional editing studio. Keep creating, keep experimenting, and keep